Greetings. I don't know how brief this is going to be, and I know I'm going to ruffle some feathers, and for that I'm sorry, but I have tried to do this video 4 times now. And I just want my voice. No. I'm not. This has been weighing on my mind a lot. And it's just something that I would like, just to address. I see it everywhere I turn. Right now, my state is all broiled up in it. And unfortunately, I can't really say my household is, but it's causing rifts in my family. My extended family. And yes, right now, the easiest way to sum this all up is a quote here from Andrew Marshall. And I feel this quote will sum up everything. Well, my entire thoughts on what is going on. Bad men need nothing more to compass their ends than that good men should look on and do nothing. This is a quote. Oh, sorry. No, it was John Stuart Marshall that said that. I'm sorry. John Stuart Mill is a John Stuart Mill quote. Most people have paraphrased it and accredited it to Edmund Burke as the only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good men to do nothing. And yeah. Oh. Let's see if this is what I think it is. Yes, this is what I'm looking for. Okay. Now, my philosophy here, this is my life, kind of summed up. Okay, this is the "they came for the" poem. Oh, that's okay. Now this whole thing, it's I cannot pronounce this guy's name. I'm sorry. First, they came for the socialists, and I did not speak out because I was not a socialist. Then, they came for the trade unionists, and I did not speak out because I was not a trade unionist. Then, they came for the Jews, and I did not speak out because I was not a Jew. Then, they came for me, and there was no one left to speak for me. I'm pretty sure most of you have heard that quote. Martin Niemöller, prominent Lutheran pastor in Germany. That is, I don't want to live that. You know, if they come for someone, I want to aid that person. I don't want to sit by and let, the bad happen. If I can speak up for another, I will. I want to lend my voice to others. And I guess in a way that's kind of why I have this channel. Now, I cannot go out. Due to my circumstances, I cannot go out and do any aid, outside of my home, outside of my house. For the simple fact, I've got kids. I'm not going to take them. I mean, I'm sorry, they've got children getting pepper sprayed and tear gassed and rubber bullets flying everywhere. Whether, the protest is peaceful or not. So, that is not the environment I want to take my kids to. Now, I am teaching my kids about acceptance and inclusion. But I guess the main point is right now there's a lot of misunderstanding going on. You have extremists on both ends. And it's those extremists that are getting the attention. And it saddens me. I have seen a post floating around Facebook for the last several, for the last week or 2 or 3, I don't know. And honestly, it kind of hurts to read it. And I would like to read it and break it down. I guess you could call this a response video. I don't do response videos that often. At least I try not to. But it doesn't matter where I go. I can't escape this. Except, not even in the confines of my own home. At times. So, I am going to address it. I go downtown. I see ACAB. No, I do not agree with it, but I understand the premises. The premises is the quote that I opened with. You know, not all cops are bad. No, they're not. But these are the same people, the same people I hear the not all cops are bad from are the same people that are anti-Islam completely. All Islamists are terrorists. That was what a couple of years ago, if not sooner. Well, if there's good Islamists, then they need to speak up. If there's good Muslims, they need to speak up. And yet, it exchanged Muslim with cop. And you get my point. No, not all cops are bad. There are cops that are instigating riots. My sources, I'm not going to list, but I have heard this from someone on the front lines, someone who is out there and, would be considered privileged. So, and then you have cops that are out there taking a knee, standing with the protesters. And I commend them. I mean, that's what we need. We need, cops to say, yes, we understand there is a problem. Yes, we understand this is a problem. Let us do what we can to fix this. There is a lot of misinformation out there. And we have people spreading the misinformation without confirming it. And I don't want to do either. I know there are good cops. There are bad cops. No, not all cops are bad. Okay. If you say, and I will understand, I mean, I sympathize with the Black Lives Matter movement. They are a minority. I mean, the way I can relate to them is the fact I was in the service. I was a Marine. I was raped. And I was blamed for my rape. And that is actually, I don't want to say common, but that is usually what happened. If a female is raped, or sexually assaulted in the service, it is brushed under and usually blamed on the victim. And in a way, that is what's happening with the Black Lives Matter movement. black people are getting killed in police custody. They are being brutalized in police custody, and it's getting wiped under the table. Or it is getting blamed on the black person. Is it the same with the white person? Yes. Well, yes, cops kill just as many white people. Yes. And look at how many women, outside the service get raped on a daily basis. It happens outside. But does it get wiped under the table? I mean, look at that Stand Up. Recently, there was, a couple years ago or so, there was a bunch of white men with guns who went onto government land and demanded their grazing rights to government land. Were they met with force? They had guns. They could shoot the cops. How did the cops respond? Rather civilly. So, hey. Unfortunately, yes, racism is still alive. We have had 2 black men lynched and hung from a tree in 2020. That should not be happening. Should they get special course? No. No, I don't exactly think, no, we should not have all white or all black or, all this. Anything. I mean, I can somewhat understand, divvying up the schools a bit, but that's mostly religious private schools. And even then, for me, it's a little iffy. But I am going to read this, and I am going to break it down. Here. I used to think I was pretty much a regular person, but I was born white into a 2-parent household, which labels me as privileged. Well, yes, you are somewhat privileged at that point. You've got 2 parents who can work to pay the bills for you. Pay the bills to help you. Through your way. So yeah, you got a leg up on a single mom with, a couple kids. But no, it does not. People are not saying that automatically makes you racist and responsible for slavery. If you really want to get down to it, people can use the Bible to defend slavery. It has been done. It was done during the war between the states. We had some people, the South did use the Bible as, a lot of people did use the Bible to justify slavery. Okay. I am fiscally and morally conservative, which, by today's standards, makes me a fascist because I plan and budget. No, I don't see. I don't understand how people are saying that. You know, that I don't really understand that. And just so we can get down to it, let's see here. FA. Oh, wait, hold on. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, fascism, by definition here, and this is, dictionary.com. A governmental system led by a dictator having complete power, forcibly suppressing opposition and criticism, regimenting, whatever, all industry, commerce, etc., and emphasizing an aggressive nationalism and often racism. Well, unfortunately, you can't really, in a way, yeah. However, if you go to Wikipedia here, it says a form of far-right, authoritarian, ultranationalism characterized by dictatorial power, forcible suppression of opposition, as well as a strong regimentation of society and the economy. It is opposed to liberalism, Marxism, anarchism. Okay, fascism is placed on the far right. So honestly, nobody is outright saying that because you do these, that is how you are. But typically, if you are a moral conservative, you do lean more to the right. But that does not mean you are the extreme right. By all sense, there are, those out there. Well, if this doesn't mean you, then you need to be a good person and speak up and say, hey, I'm far right and I don't agree with this. However, you can't really say that you're, you can't be, you can't really say you're against Antifa and, say this, this here in the same breath. Because, unfortunately, Antifa is, just simply, it's anti-fascism. That's all it is. They are anti-fascism. Antifa is not a group. It is not an organization. It is not a huge organization like, like the UN or, a sorority. It's not even like a sorority or anything close to a sorority or fraternity. It's... So, I'm not even going to get with that one, though. Okay. Now, it's, but now I find out I'm not here because I earned it, but because I was advantaged. Well, the older generation did have some, advantages over the younger generation. Things were cheaper, plain and simple. It was easier to earn a living. I mean, if we go back to the 50s, the women could afford to stay home and be nothing but a housewife because the men made enough money to cover the bills and live comfortably. Nowadays, minimum wage, you can't live off of minimum wage. You can't live off of disability. You can have two parents working minimum wage, and if you have a child, one child, it stretches your budget tight. If you have two kids, well, you're definitely below poverty, and it's hard to survive that way. But that is also minimum wage. And unfortunately, a lot of families do have two parents working minimum wage. So, yes, there is a slight advantage. And then on top of that, if you want to get at it, I don't want to get into all the details of this, but look at the price of college. The cost of college has skyrocketed. The cost of living has skyrocketed. It's $3 for a gallon of milk here. And I remember some of you in so many videos back, we had some lovely conversations about the cost of groceries. And for a lot of you, it's way more expensive, where you live. So I can only imagine, okay? It's the I am heterosexual, which according to some folks now makes me a homophobe. No. No. We are saying you are only a homophobe if you wish to deny the privilege, I don't even want to say privilege, the rights that you get, the rights that you have as a heterosexual person to a homosexual person. Okay? If you can legally go adopt a child, then a homosexual of your same, similar to you, should have that same right. There is no reason to deny it. Legally. Legally. If, based on your religion, it is not right, if you believe it is wrong, that is for you. You do not have the legal right to push your beliefs onto another person. I mean, who is it? I know there's a religion out there that can't touch. I mean, you really want to get down to it with what?
Can you go keep an eye on him so I can take a shower?
Yes, one moment. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. However, I am going to have to break this down into sections. It's a bit much for me to cover tonight. So, but I would like to cover just a little bit more, and I'd like to pick up where I left off at least. Okay. It's one. No. Making you, you being heterosexual does not mean you're a homophobe. And nobody is saying that. What makes you a homophobe? Simply is when you want to deny someone something because it goes against your beliefs. Kind of like a Jew not wanting to sell you shellfish or ham, pigskin, because that's against their beliefs. It is an abomination. Or what is it, Islam that doesn't eat pork or beef or whatever? Yeah. Whichever. It's like, okay, well, my beliefs say this is bad, so you can't do it. That is what makes you a homophobe. I mean, me, personally, no kids around, so I can say this as an adult to adults. I am a pansexual, polyamorous. For those who do not understand, pansexual. I am not attracted to the way a person looks. I am not attracted to a person because they have a certain genitalia. I am specifically attracted to a person's soul. So, for me, you could be male, female, transgender, or shoot, for all I care, you could be an alien like Stitch. As long as you are a sentient being of age to consent, for me, those are the big things right there. One, you've got to be sentient. I like sentience. No, I'm not going to get into the whole bestiality. No. No. I don't do that. I like sentient. So no, that doesn't, and of course you got to have the age of consent. So that rules out, pedos. MAP. That rules out MAP. Now, polyamorous basically means I can love more than one person at a time. I've always, known this. For me, as I see it, I do not own my husband. My husband does not own me. Yes, we are in a committed relationship to one another. However, if he has a need that I cannot fill, as long as it is legal, a legal need, he may get it filled elsewhere. I understand that the heart is big You know, love is infinite. And just like if a mother has, more than one child, it does not take love away from another person. You cannot take love away from one person and give it to another. That's not exactly how it works. Yes, you can fall out of love with someone, but that does not mean that if you fall in love with someone else, you automatically don't love the first person. In my case, for those who don't know, I was married once before. I had an 8-year marriage from 2000 into the beginning of 2009. 2009 would have been 9 years. However, we did not make it to our 9-year anniversary. I still love him. He's gone. Death took him from me. But I still love him. Does that mean I love my current husband, James, with whom I have now had a 9-year marriage? Does that mean I love James less? No. When I die and go to heaven, who am I going to be married to? My first husband or my second? Or am I going to be married to both? Because I love both with all my heart. I cannot choose between the two of them. There is no way. I cannot choose. So, hey. That's that. Right, and says here, I am not a Muslim, which now labels me as an infidel. According to the Muslims, yes. But okay, big deal. That's what the Muslims think. That's what their religion tells them. What does your religion say about non-Christians? What does your beliefs say about those who don't follow your beliefs? That's kind of a redundant point right there. Okay, here. I believe in the Second Amendment, which makes me a threat to the liberals, and I get labeled as being part of a militia. No. You are not automatically a threat, no. Believing in the Second Amendment, yes. I believe people have the right to defend themselves. I almost shot my rapist. I threatened to shoot him, and I was ready to go through with that threat. Okay, now, for those who don't know, I have been labeled as a bleeding heart liberal. I have been called that by many, 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 many people. Am I a threat to someone with a gun? No. Do I feel everyone with a gun is a threat to me? No. James has a gun. James has 2. Do I agree with it? One of them? No, I don't. But it is his legal right to have them. And as his wife, he and I have compromised on that. So, being part of a militia, nobody is saying you're part of a militia. However, there are those who post this who feel that, you know, what's going on right now, that the protesters are part of a militia. So it's kind of, you know, kettle, meet, pot. I mean, you can't really have it both ways, can you? I don't know. But no, nobody is outright saying that. Where are you coming up with this from? Okay? No. There are those who would like to keep guns out of the hands of people like the gentleman who shot my first husband. One, he had epilepsy. Two, he had post-traumatic stress disorder. Three, he had other mental issues. He was going to the VA hospital for them. VA hospital said no guns. Legally, he should not have been able to buy them because he was found to be mentally unstable for guns by his doctors. Yet, he used a loophole and he legally bought guns. And he shot my husband with one. And when the cops cleaned out his house, they had a lovely pile of guns. We are lucky he only shot one person. He could have shot more. I have been told by the military that I should not be around guns. Yet, legally, I am. Sorry. I can legally go buy a gun if I really wanted. But I'm on antidepressants. I have had suicidal thoughts. I have had homicidal thoughts. Not that I'd ever act on them, of course. I'm on my medication. I'm sane enough to know I'm not. You know, I am stable enough to know that I am unstable, if that makes any sense. There are those who are worse than me, who don't think they are unstable. So, no. That there, another taking of it and twisting the words, twisting what everyone is saying. Okay, here, this one I really, I have to laugh at, though. I am older than 30, making me a useless person with outdated ideals and values. I think and I reason, and I doubt much of what the mainstream media tells me, which makes me a right-wing conspiracy nut. You know what? Most of that applies to me. Except they don't call me a right-wing, conspiracy nut, because I don't follow those. I'm sorry, I don't believe Pizzagate. I don't exactly fully believe Spygate. I'm sorry, I don't follow Fox News. No, I don't like them. I don't like CNN. I don't like fully right wing or fully left wing. I prefer independence when it comes to news, which is hard to find, yes. I don't take either one at face value. Now, yes, some ideals are outdated. Segregation, outdated. Slavery, outdated. Traditional gender roles, outdated. What's wrong with a stay-at-home dad? Oh my God, I love it. Yeah, hey. Women in the workforce, go for it. You can do it. Moms, women, like I said, women in the workforce, go for it. Yes, some stuff is outdated. I mean, we don't go to the bars to pick up people anymore, do we? Hey, I'm gonna head on down to the bar to find a boyfriend. Huh? You're more likely to find a drunk, right? Oh, what is it? There's Christian Mingle? The boys can't cry. Why not? Tough little boys, weak girls. No. Oy. Boys will be boys. No. Wait, hold on. Marital rape. That used to not be a thing. A husband had the right to have sex with his wife whenever the hell he wanted. Because marital rape was not a thing until now. The old ideal that a husband cannot rape his wife, that is outdated. Seriously. A lot of what the transformed wife says is kind of, a lot of it is a little outdated. I mean, some of it, yes, I follow, but that's because that's my choice. You know? And I mean, if you want to follow every conspiracy theory, then yeah, you kind of are a conspiracy nut. I'm sorry, if you believe in Pizzagate, bye. All I gotta say to that one. Yeah, I did a lot of research into that. I'm sorry. Oy. I mean, if you really want to get down to it, MOPS, Mothers of Preschoolers, the Christian, mother group, they were all based on Christian values. I love MOPS. But their original symbol, their old symbol, could have been, construed as a hidden pedophile symbol. If you follow everything involved in Pizzagate. I did the research on it. Yes. I'm sorry. I like to research everything before I believe it or not. Now, I'm going to go over one more, and then I'm going to call it a night for now. Now, this here is one that's... Oh, wait, no. Actually, you know what? Because of this, I want to go over two more. Okay? Okay. Here. It says, I am proud of my heritage and our inclusive American culture, making me a xenophobe. Now, I'm trying to figure out where that one comes from. If any of you guys can give me, a hint as to where that's coming from, I'd love to know. I mean, it could be one of those, I don't know. Is it like, I don't like to press 1 for English? Well, we don't have a national language. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, we are a melting pot. And that's, America, melting pot, inclusion, everyone. So that if you're proud of your American heritage, you can't really be a xenophobe. Now, if you want to push, the you must only speak English, or, if you want to take away, a part of someone else's culture, then yeah, I can kind of see that, but that one I don't understand that one. It confuses me. And the one I wanted to get into now, here, I've already spoke on this one partially. Okay, I believe in hard work, fair play, and fair compensation according to each individual's merits, which makes me a target of socialists and Antifa. No, it does not make you a target with Antifa, because everything you just stated is what, Antifa stands for. itself. By saying that, you kind of say you don't understand what Antifa is. And I will admit, I didn't know. So I looked it up. Instead of posting and sharing all this, anti-Antifa stuff, I looked up what Antifa was. It's kind of funny. Let's see here. What is this? Snoop. Here. Okay, here. And just so here, I'm going to show it. Okay, I'm trying to look here. Here we go. Let's just check here. I'm just going to check The Guardian quick. I'm going to read a few different places. Okay, what is Antifa and why is Donald Trump targeting it? Antifa is a useful umbrella term that denotes a broad spectrum of groups and individuals of far left, or anarchists tendencies. Okay, the term itself simply means anti-fascist. Okay, now here we go. Mark Bray, a historian and the author of Antifa, the Anti-Fascist Handbook, said in a telephone conference that Antifa is a loose movement of decentralized revolutionary self-defense opposed to far right. They're not organized. It's more than one little group. Okay? Okay, it's, let's see. Here we go. The movement, which is also strongly associated with anarchist politics, is not defined by lasting institutions. ARA no longer exists, and the oldest identifiable group in the U.S. is probably Portland's Rose City Antifa, which dates from 2007. Okay. Basically, if we really want to get down to it, Antifa could also be, it could include, what is it? I cannot, I'm drawing a blank on it. The people, if any of you see the V for Vendetta mask, the white mask with the mustache and the nose and whatnot, whatever that is. Dang it. The people, the hackers that leaked the information and all that. Yeah, the people who supposedly leaked the information for Spygate as well. You know that it's okay. This is from the Guardian. Um, Here it is. Okay, the president proposes the U.S. Designate it as a terrorist organization, but experts say it's just a loosely organized movement. So no, it's not. Here we go to the here we go to the dictionary. This is Oxford dictionary here. Okay, a political protest movement compromising an anonymous groups or autonomous groups affiliated by their militant opposition to fascism and other forms of extreme right-wing ideology. Okay. I mean, it's it's not really but yeah. So I do think it's kind of funny. If you don't know what Antifa is, look it up. I did. Okay? So, yeah, there's a lot more here. Okay. It's here. This one I'm trying to. Oh. Here is one thing I do want to point out really quickly. In here because it kind of it goes with another one here. This is all one long post that I've been saying, okay, and this is what people have been saying over and over. This is things that I've seen over and over all together. In the same words here, I believe in a strong defense and protection of America for and by all citizens, now making me a militant. However, if you combine that with the I'm proud of my heritage and our inclusive American culture, making me a xenophobe, those two don't really go together in the same, they don't, no. Mm-mm. You want to defend and protect America for and by all citizens, but you say you're proud of your heritage of America that is, inclusive. I mean, it's maybe that's where it's coming from. You're a xenophobe. Yeah, well, if you want to lock everybody out of the country, it's that I'm trying to wrap my head around that. that those two sentences together just don't really make sense to me. Again, that could be my borderline, but I don't know. I'll. There's more, and I will go through. But as I said, it's a lot of this is just, it's confusing me. And a lot of it's misunderstandings. You have extreme here, you have extreme here, and, nobody wants to come here and talk, Nobody wants to meet in the middle anymore. And unfortunately, it makes me uncomfortable. Because I know I stand out. I want to go out and show my support for everyone. I want to stand up for those being, put down. I want to stand up for those who can't. I want to give a voice to those who don't have one. And unfortunately, this is the only way I can. So, for now, I say good night, and at some point, I will see you in part 2. If you come back. If not, I understand it's your world. Well, it's your opinion, your beliefs. I am sharing mine. I want to show mine so you understand me. And so those who know, or as Garth Brooks says, I do this so this world will know that it will not change me. I don't want to sit by and do nothing, because then I know that the bad will, what I consider to be bad, will win. So I am speaking up. And I am letting others know, if you follow me, if you have same opinions as me, you're not alone. One, you are not alone. And 2, I am showing that, I know this video is like trying to put a fire out with the moisture of a kiss. But I do this so this world will know it will never change me. I must try. I must reach out. And I hope to see you in part 2. Have a good night. And I apologize for the length.